Oh, that's a guzzle. Just
Cheers.
guzzle that.
2:15.
I just dumped
I
this
want
on
a
me.
guzzle. I got water with some Mio in it.
Evan's in a sauna for today's recording.
Orange and strawberry.
I might
Or
lose.
berry.
I might lose 10 pounds.
Hey,
Put a trash bag
one
on.
way to do
My
it.
socks are coming off.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Who let the dogs out?
I gotta get air circulating.
Who let the dogs out? It's 2:15. It's gonna get crazy. It's Tuesday night, June 17th, 2025, 8:52 p.m. We got weekly check-ins, Tigers, U.S. Open, Lions schedule, in and out. Quick one.
Okay, I'll lead off. Here we go.
What's new with you?
Alex, any hot seat, cool thrones?
Alex is in a good mood right now, I can tell. I don't know what
I don't
happened
really-
today.
I just
But
love
you know.
talking to my good buddy pals. You know? My two best friends. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I don't have much going on. I played golf twice last week. Bank
Alex
holiday,
shot an
Juneteenth.
80 on June 14th and an 82 on June 16th.
Yeah. It was weird. First round, short game was really good. Everything else was kind of average. Second round, everything was pretty good, and putting was terrible. So, just golf.
What's
Just
an average
golf.
when you say everything else is average? Like, what's an average driving day for you? Because I feel like you just mash the ball. So what's average?
Thank you. It was a big compliment.
You do. I mean, anyone that says differently is wrong. You mash.
I guess I wouldn't say my. Well, I had a bad driving day on the 80 in terms of like little poles left, missing fairways, putting myself blocked out from like approaching a green. So it's hard to hit greens in regulation. Hence, the green in regulation percentage from that 80 is very bad. But we found
What's a good one? I know, but I want our audience to know.
A good day of green in regulations.
Yeah.
50% and up, probably.
Noted.
Why? What would
That just
you
seems-
say?
I don't know. 30%?
I think I was 30% on Saturday.
I'm
whatever
more
I
saying
played.
for me. Like, if I hit one out of every 3 greens, what I'm supposed to, that'd be nice.
I think I hit 59% on yesterday. I shot worse score
Green and reg is calculated by
on and putting for birdie.
on and putting for birdie. Got it. That's what I was making sure.
So I believe I had 10 birdie putts yesterday. I made one, and I 3-putted 4.
New putter woes. It couldn't be all good.
Couldn't read the greens. That was an issue. Speed was an issue early.
Faster than when we played?
Oh, they were very fast. Yeah, I was having some troubles with that. Also, the course I played Saturday, the greens were slow, so going from those two was a little bit of an issue. But yeah, played golf. I have golf league now. There's some competition, apparently. We're only up by 1 stroke through 4 weeks. 3 weeks, maybe. 3 weeks.
Wow.
We're 22 under through 3 weeks. Someone's 21 under.
About time you got out of the JV league and manned up, joined the varsity boys.
Yeah, 4-time champs. So now everyone wants a crack at us.
Heavy lies the crown.
Well, you were in the community-based tournaments. You need to go to the open tournaments, Alex.
Right.
You're complacent.
Well,
I can see it on your face.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy golf league anymore. Other than to just like go and hang out. I don't
But
really
like
care
the
about
steady
golf
fixed
part.
income of long putt or long drive of the year.
I didn't enter longest putt this time.
What?
No,
Why?
Yeah.
Just didn't.
Won like 4 times in a row, it feels like.
2 out of 2, but what?
100%.
Yeah, I don't know. And good thing I didn't, because someone made a 64-footer week 1.
JJ Spawn. He actually just did that to you. It's open.
Yeah. So JJ Spawn's in the league, and he made it. So, but yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I did. I was supposed to help a friend get a baby. What's a baby bed called?
A crib?
Crib. Supposed to go get a crib.
That was a top tier brain fart right there.
Yeah. Supposed to get a crib.
You have a friends with kids?
But the kid on the way.
Congrats on the sex
Dude,
to your
save
friend.
some for the rest of us.
Assuming that's how they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Could have adopted.
But apparently, then the morning of, he's like, "Yeah, they have neurovirus, whatever that is." So I don't know what that is.
The children or the crib had a virus.
The lady who had the crib and her kid had neurovirus.
I think that's a baby thing.
I don't know.
I heard Marissa talk about that the other day with someone.
I don't know what it is. Didn't look it up.
It's the leading cause of vomiting and diarrhea.
Ew. Brody.
Severe. Very common and very contagious.
That is like Evan after 24 beers. Wow, that's rough.
Other names for it is just called the stomach bug, which is like, who calls it neurovirus? Say, I got a stomach
that's
bug.
What I got a text that said, "Hey, they have neurovirus." So I was like, "Oh, is that a strand of COVID? What is that?"
Neurovirus sounds extreme.
Yeah. Are they okay?
All right, they had a stomach bug. So
they all got neurovirus every day.
Yeah, pretty much. I got some right now. Yeah, I think that's it.
Evan?
I feel like something monumental happened, but I can't remember, so it couldn't have been that good.
Well, if you think of it, let us know. Baseball season practices.
Oh, yeah.
Are you always Tuesday night practices? Is that your slot?
That's probably most likely. Because most of our tournaments start on Thursdays now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, championships, semifinals on Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah. So last week played in Brighton area. Did not go well.
Home of Scooby Johnson.
Like how bad?
0-4 on the weekend, Gillen.
That's bad.
Like close games?
2 of them were close games. 2 of them were mercies. Played at Eastern Michigan on Thursday. That was cool. They have a nice field.
Was
nice
it
complex.
Like the come to Jesus moment when you play outside of your hometown for some of these kids and they realize that they weren't very good?
We've always played outside of our hometown.
Well, maybe they had some new kids. Then there's this shell-shocking moment, and then you cry at the Sand Creek 3-on-3 turn. They're like, Grant.
What? Yours made so...
No
I
crying.
did see a funny video about that, though. It was like a spin-off of teams that got to play at Williamsport, like for tournaments when they were kids, but I felt like it was kind of relatable. If you went to like a big travel tournament and you played some team from out of state that was just sick and the kid's like 10 years older than you, and then you're just like, wow, I don't think I'm ever going to make it in this sport if there's kids out there in like Kansas City to play baseball like this. To your point, Alex.
They were all local teams. They're all Michigan teams, unfortunately. So that did not go well. And Golf League last night did not go well. I sucked.
Oh.
Sucked. I'm not telling you.
Grant, how come you don't pull up his number?
I don't think he posted.
No, I didn't. I deleted it. I deleted that whole round.
You didn't even post it.
Correct.
I didn't want to say it. I don't think he posted it. Let's guess. Let's guess that number.
Front nine?
Yes, last week was 37. You shot a 37 on the back last week.
I played so well last week.
You shot 52.
No.
You shot 48 on the front.
Oh, Grant's close.
47?
No, 49.
49.
Sub 50.
Right, broke 50.
In fairness, on the last hole, I didn't even care. I hit a good punch shot, and it clipped a tree and went down to the left. And then after that, I just whacked the ball up until I got to the green.
You played whack?
I had a putt with my wedge in my hand, just one foot or one hand putt on the last hole.
Dude, Grant loves to play whack.
Tony Finau actually putted one-handed, I think, practice.
Yeah, he did.
So
No, he putted one-handed in the PGA Championship in an actual hole.
I was a miserable
drilled
prick.
it.
So I played against my brother and Gino, which they're always fun.
Was it position night?
worse.
It was position night.
How are we doing in the standings overall?
Well, now we're not
halfway
doing well. We were 7th. Now we're going to be 10th because of me.
Tigers won.
So that was about my week.
know.
Next week, I'll be on the west side of the state out in Holland for a baseball tournament. The Hope College Showcase.
Very nice. You going to head to the water?
I don't think so. I think we're staying there long enough to head to the water.
You're a water dog. You got to get out to the water.
A water dog.
Are you playing at Hope College's baseball field?
Unfortunately, no. The older boys are. We're not. We're playing at local
Where are you playing?
Hamilton High School.
Mitchell Park?
Why do I feel like I've heard of that?
You haven't.
Did you give the speech? I remember give the Lookouts this speech once when we played absolute at a tournament. I'm thinking to your last weekend. After he's like, I have so many better things I could be doing right now than coaching this team. You guys need to figure it out, or I'm not coming to these tournaments anymore.
I think every travel coach has given that speech.
I have never given that speech because I honestly don't have.
I've received it.
I don't have much better to do.
You could think. I'd be scouting land in Indiana right now for hunting season. I don't need to be here.
I'd be on the golf course right now.
Yeah.
So that was about my excitements. Back-to-back weeks we've done the podcast.
Nice.
Not part-time anymore.
Our podcast, we're full-time?
Yeah, we're back-to-back weeks, so like we hadn't had to fill in the gaps of the
Lauren, we're streaking.
Evan and I were talking.
Every other week.
Our checks haven't come yet for this. So we're thinking about forming a union. Get our pay raise.
Oh, speaking of unions. All the protests that you guys were seeing around the country?
Kind of.
Okay, I didn't know.
I'm not super in tune with it.
One was going on
I'm not in tune with it.
One was going on downtown Novi. Didn't know about it. And I pulled up on that crap, and it was chaotic. I've never seen anything like it.
I thought you were about to say downtown Tecumseh. I was going to be floored.
No.
Yeah.
So you sure it's not just Apple Lumpkin?
That was the Shot at Michigan sports pay raise riots.
Oh.
So those we got a pretty big following to get us paid because Grant's just taking all the profits right now. It's pretty messed up. So if you guys want to contribute, please sign our petition. We'll post it after the show.
Yeah, it was called the No Kings Rallies.
Yes.
A national day of action and mass mobilization in response to the increasing authoritarian excesses and corruption of the Trump administration is what that day of protest was.
Should we just do a political episode?
No.
Hard to hear my thoughts.
This is where I stand. For me, I didn't do... Well, I did a few things. You guys ever done paint by numbers? What?
Well, I saw Marissa doing it.
I've never done it, but I know what it is.
I bought a couple of those. I forget why. I don't know if Marissa had interest in it, but we did that a little bit on Friday. I'm not good at it. Way too small of things to color in the lines on. But she's doing it, and it looks really good. It's turning out really good. So
hers looks really nice.
I've done about... Actually, I think I have mine behind me. 1 second.
It's the most riveting part of the show. See Grant's finger painted.
My numbers are really bad. So mine was Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. And I basically did the sky and the letters black, and I haven't done anything down there. Like that, you still have to all paint in.
Oh, you haven't painted it?
No, but so those are all, it's kind of hard. I was trying to see all those little numbers and details?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to color it in with certain colors they give you.
You do numbers, the water at least?
No, my numbers are not
Dude,
great.
even the letters.
I know. Marissa kind of floated out. She really likes doing these. She's like, I could just take yours over so it doesn't end up looking too bad. And I might just let her. Oh, I did get the water there. I did this dark blue. I don't know. I think they came from they definitely came from overseas. It was a very weird shipping process.
You bought them on Amazon?
No, there was a website. It was called Wander Painting, WANDER, and they had they have kits. It's $30. I don't know.
I'll get myself one.
It could be relaxing, I guess. It's not for me. Saturday, more up my alley. Went to Comerica, Tigers game. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. That was my dad's gift.
Your dad have my Carlos Guillen jersey ready or what?
No, he did laugh though. I showed him the text from Connor and you in the chat, and I think he usually has a good memory. He was like, "Did I used to say Alex was Alex Guillen growing up?" And I was like,
yes.
"Yeah, all the time in Little League." He goes, "Oh, that's funny." The Tigers lost 10-1. They got absolutely maybe 11-1. They got destroyed. We were walking back from getting a hot dog, and I think their Reds cleanup hitter hit a grand slam as we were sitting down in our seats. So from that aspect, it wasn't very enjoyable. Ellie De La Cruz, electric baseball player. I couldn't take my eyes off. Kept telling my mom, hey, when this guy is up, watch what he does because he is sick, and he had a bomb in that game. Flaherty did not pitch very good, and I don't think we did much offensively. I don't even remember how we scored our run. But it was good. Good weather. Wasn't too hot. Cloudy, not too sunny. What was sunny was Sunday. Pool day. Pool was open Very well done landscaping wise. Was a little nervous, still am, because they've sent out multiple reminders already, like a week in, 2 weeks into it being open, of people breaking rules by the pool, that people are getting out of hand down there.
I get one of those every week.
Not supposed to have booze down there. Can't be running around.
Not allowed to drink down there?
I would say, don't tell people, but you probably can if you put it in like a Yeti. But I think people are being dumb about it.
Did.
No, I didn't drink on Sunday. I just had water. And then people are leaving their food and stuff behind. Like, you're allowed to have food, but people aren't cleaning up after themselves. We need to, and they threatened. They said, we can take this privilege away at any time. We did just reopen it, but we can take it away. I was like, they better not. It's very nice. The trees above the top kept making me think I was in like a Traverse City resort or something. So they did a great job. Water was nice. Sat up by the pool for a little bit and then went and watched the U.S. Open. That was pretty much my weekend. I don't really think much has helped. I did go to the driving range today. Alex and I had a long golf talk this weekend, and I think I gotta move in silence. I don't think I need to like say what I'm working on, because Alex gets mad if I try to change anything.
Did anything progress? People want to know.
I'm scared to say, because then you go play and you suck. I will say this. I decide I'm just sticking to one swing, not making any tweaks, just getting comfortable with that swing, like you said, Alex. I did hit probably 6 or 7 drives that, if they were on a course, would be the best drives in my life. So that felt good. Like on a rope, 250 yards. Like, didn't off. I mean, I don't know. The thing I was shooting, my target was 200 yards, and they were landing beyond it, so I don't really know what they rolled out to. I just know they weren't wobbling on or off the line I was aiming, which is I've never really had with a driver ever. It's always been like a nasty little wipey cut, or it's been a duck hook if it's a miss. But these were like just on a rope. So that was good. Choking down a lot on my clubs to be able to control them better, and then building from there. I think my clubs are also a little too long. So
you learn something. You feel good about your game.
That's a loaded question. No, I don't. I got to play. My goal is to play this weekend. Post a score. See how I do on a course. Going to go early. Alex's advice to not get stuck behind people. It sucks though. There's a lot of courses around here. I don't know if it's typical. You can't play as a solo. They won't let you reserve a tee time as a solo.
Well, you just have to call.
You got to call and do it?
Which I'm sure you're afraid.
It's like, I want to play as a solo in the morning. I'll be paired up with someone. I don't care.
Yeah, you just have to call them.
I'd prefer to play by myself if I can and whip around, but we'll see. Maybe I'll meet someone, a lifelong friend. Who knows? Probably not. Yeah. You didn't talk about that. That was you had played with maybe your least favorite person ever on a golf course.
Yeah, I mean, that was rough. Bio of this kid, it's like 6'2", kind of chubby. Georgia hat.
I mean, Bulldogs?
Georgia Bulldogs hat.
Sounds like a good guy.
Rope hat, untucked polo. Okay, he got those FootJoy like special dress looking shoes on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can picture him.
Doesn't fit the outfit.
Correct, Evan. Went to Georgia from Georgia. Very southern guy. First thing he says to me, "Hey man, I can't even remember his name. Whatever, says his name." I'm like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Alex." He's like, "Yeah, got laid off this week." I was like, "Okay,
Good job."
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry." He's like, "Yeah, just kind of looking for, remote so I could like play golf and, work from home, but like not really, and just kind of, I'm like, what? Like, what? I'm like, all right, dude, that's great.
Sounds like the opposite of the person Alex would find
This
enjoyment from.
This is the first tee. I'm like, it's going to be a disaster. He's like, "You play here? You're a member here?" I'm like, "No, this is a public course. I'm not a member here." He's like, "Oh, you play here, though?" I'm like, "I've played here, yes." He's like, "Oh, so I'll be asking lots of questions." Okay. First hole is wide open, straight, just fairway. And then there's trees on the left. Just trees on the left and fairway all down the middle and all to the right. And whole straightaway. You can see the pin. He steps up to the tee. He's like, "So where's the hole for this one?" I was like, "It's right right straight. He's like, so you think if I take it over that right side bunker, I'd be in a good spot? I'm like, yeah, whatever you want, dude. Just hit the ball, basically. So I was like, all right, this is going to be terrible. Pretty much every hole, he would ask me a question about the hole, even though it was obvious. He would ask me to read his putts for him. Hey, you mind telling me where this thing's going? The first thing he said at hole 17.
I love this guy.
He was okay at golf. He probably shot like 90, 88.
Damn it, it's better than me.
Yeah, but so stupid. Dumbest person I've ever talked to. At 17, he has a putt. I'm in like playing. I have one friend with me and then two randoms. So we're playing a match. I'm up one on 17. I have a putt to like win and be done. So I'm trying to read my putt here. He walks into my line, stops in front of me, standing in my line, just looking at me, goes, "What's my putt going to do?" I was like, dude, I don't know. My direct quote back to him was like, I would just hit it hard and straight at the hole. Blows it by. Whatever misses, I made my putt. It's all fine. So he walked in my line probably a good 8 to 9 times during the day in his FootJoy dress shoes. He bumped into me a couple of times to beat me up to tee off. Like I'd be standing on the tee box getting ready to go, like to walk up to tee off. And he would just like run past me, bump shoulders with me, and then tee off. And I'm like, dude, what is your problem?
That's insane. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just a crazy person. Just one of the dumbest people I've ever met.
Zero etiquette, zero self-awareness.
Awareness level is so low, and that's probably the number one thing that bothers me is people with no awareness. This guy had none of it.
You used to get really mad at me on the golf course when I didn't know. We had to go through learning how to play.
It's just in general in life, if you have no awareness, it bothers me. This guy just is rough. It's rough, dude.
Good adversity for you to battle through that.
Oh God, I was getting so pissed. My whole whenever I sent the text, that's when I had reached my breaking point when he just would not.
You said you were gonna walk off the course. You thought about just leaving.
I wanted to. I wasn't hitting the ball that well. I'm dealing with this guy. It's hot outside. I'm like, God damn it. Get me out of this place.
How have your headaches been in the heat?
Better. Yesterday I hammered a turkey sandwich at the turn and a blue Gatorade. That got me through. And then the day before, I just had 3 White Claws. So tried to booze my way out of a headache that time.
Alex, it's going to be piping hot here this weekend. Piping hot.
In Michigan?
94 degrees on Saturday, 97 with a real feel of 102 on Sunday, and 102 real feel on Monday. Same with Tuesday.
That is
hot and humid.
Hotter than here. It's going to be 93 on 92 Saturday, 91 on Sunday. Feels like 93 both days. So yeah, it'd be hotter where you guys are.
Sunday, very hot with blazing sunshine. Danger of dehydration and heat stroke if outside for extended periods of time.
Get yourself by the pool, Grant.
Keith Urban concert. I hope it gets cold at night. It'll cool down at night. It'll cool down at night.
Be good.
All right. Sports topics. Tigers, they win today. So that means since our last show, I think they're 4-3. The biggest thing is Jackson Jobe is out for the year. He's having Tommy John surgery. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago. There was like a weird thing that happened with him where his velocity dipped in one of his starts, and then they didn't make him available for the media after the game. And the media was kind of freaking out about it. And it's one of those instances where like the media didn't, like they were onto something. Like sometimes like people freak out on Twitter. They're like, hey, why isn't Jackson Jobe talking to the media and his velocity dipped? Turns out they knew what they were talking about. He's getting surgery to end the year. Evan, I'll kick it to you. Obviously, the obvious thing is that sucks for the rotation. But like, does this trade deadline, I think, is like 50 days away? Does this become like must need now with him out to go get an arm for the rotation?
Absolutely. Bob, I don't think is anytime returning soon. I think he had a setback in his rehab assignment, our free agent signing that we're paying $14 million. He hasn't even pitched in the Tigers uniform yet.
I love that you
The
know
guy
that off the top of your
that,
head.
guy that beat us in the playoffs last
14
year?
million.
Correct. He beat us last year.
Evan's the money counter. Evan knows every professional athlete's salary. He knows it.
And then Olsen's still coming back. He pitched for the Mud Hens, so that would be a bonus. But I think you need a lefty in the bullpen, and you need another starter in the rotation. It's a must. Obviously, we would love to have a power hitter bat in the lineup, but then like who you taking out? Hinch is a mastermind with the matchups and everything with the lineup and who's playing where, and based off of whoever is pitching for the other team. So I don't think we'll do that much per se, since we didn't sign anybody for agency. We want the young guys to compete. So I think arm wise has to be another starter, and you have to get somebody out of the bullpen, a lefty out of the bullpen, because
lefty out of the bullpen.
we have to get another lefty in the bullpen, because I think right now we only have Holton will go to the bullpen during playoff time, but he's like a starter right now. And I think we only have one other lefty in the bullpen besides him.
I pulled this up because they updated a lot. Lang starts his stint, I guess, today, June 17th, if this is accurate. So it says hopefully July for him. Olsen, late June. We just talked about that. Cobb is, to your point, TBD, which kind of means no idea. Jobe, maybe 2026. We know that. I forgot about Jose. Not him, because that's going to be after the season. It's fully. Yeah. So I don't think anyone really besides Reese Olson and Lang is expected to come back from that list that we just looked at. So I don't even know. I mean, I know we have Schoolable, Flaherty, Olson will be back. Is Montero the fifth kind of guy right now?
Yeah, Montero
He's still
hanging around.
We need three. We need three go-tos in the playoffs for sure. So Mize, Scooble, and Flaherty would be not in that order, obviously, but that's who I'm banking on in the playoffs.
Because I trust Reese Olson as the fourth going to the playoffs if you have to.
Kind of sucks because the start of the year we were making all the comparisons to the 2013, 14.
Yeah, we were excited about every starter.
We're going person for person what they were like. You're like Porcello, you're like Doug Fister, you're like Sanchez.
Doug Fister was so good.
Doug Fister's the one that you pull to? Porcello was sick at his peak. He fought Kevin Youkilis.
Especially when he got in a fight.
Yeah. It's probably better than I remember just because of that fight.
Dude, Anibal Sanchez was kind of nasty.
Well, Sanchez won 19 games one year, 17 games, and he struck out 19
They
people
all kind of were sick in their own year.
Good.
But not better than Delman Young. I think the Reds is the first series that we've really lost in a long time. So that was kind of jarring to see, but it's baseball, so.
Sky's
falling. The Guardians and the Reds are the two series that I can vividly remember us losing somewhat recently. But nice win today. Javi Baez, maybe he's going to have a magical back half of June. Maybe he had his crazy month of May, little peaks and valleys, little valley in the early of June. Maybe now he's back. I saw not crazy tweet, but I saw some stats Evan I can pull up for your guy Torque in terms of where he ranks amongst AL first basemen for if we want to give him a little all-star love.
His ranks, I think, is all the same, probably stats today. But he's still not going to be an all-star just because it's a fan vote, which is stupid.
First in ding-dongs, first in ribbies, first in doubles, second in OPS, which we care about a lot, especially Alex. Second in walks, plate discipline, second in slugging, third in runs. Torque will run, absolute dog, this tweet said. And him just looking like he wants to make out with his bat.
Goldschmidt's first in average, and he plays for the Yankees, so he's going to get the nod over that.
He's a righty.
Yeah.
So we can't use the short right field porch excuse.
No.
Torkelson is fourth in voting.
Torque has double the home runs that Goldschmidt has, though, and that's what puts asses in the seats. Torkelson home run derby? Let's not mess with the swing.
Amen, Grant. Thank you.
All right. He's not there yet.
Because what's his name's going to go?
Vladdy?
No, the Orioles. Orioles first baseman's going to go. O'Hearn. He's probably up there. O'Hearn.
That's a name I've never heard.
Ryan O'Hearn.
They kind of fell off.
Yeah, they did. They're bad.
For being the team that's supposed to have.
They have no starting pitching.
When we were going to trade for Scooble and get their entire farm system.
That was a wild time.
Not that long ago.
Last year.
Yeah. Last year at this time.
The guy
And this
sat.
time last year.
Do you guys remember the Tigers had a no-hitter last year combined?
Yeah, against the Angels.
Yes.
The guy that I was at sat next to us at the game. Was at that game. I was
In
thinking
LA.
back. No, it was at Detroit.
I thought it was at LA.
We threw a combined. Was like Matt
He was in
Manning, I think,
Detroit.
pitched. I was hammered July 3rd because it was the golf tournament in Munising. And I remember coming back to the clubhouse. Everyone was like ruining on the no-hitter. But we were bad then. That was before we went on our stretch run in August. But that was a fun fact of the day.
I think someone's having pancakes.
Pancakes?
At night? Waffles?
In
I'm jealous.
my room, there's definitely like an apartment right to my right. Smells like pancakes, syrup, and bacon.
Can I sneak in one topic before the U.S. Open that's going to piss Alex off, but it's just on my mind?
Yeah.
Should Michigan fans be panicked at all that we need to go get Jake Garcia for our QB room, or no?
One. Davis
Did
won.
Caden Hauser
Torn
beat him
ACL.
out? Caden Hauser beat out.
I heard
Jake Garcia.
also your other backup got
That's a fun
injured,
fact.
so you had like one healthy quarterback. It was Bryce Underwood.
Mikey Keene, yeah, he did not participate in what would that be?
I read
winter
some
camp?
dirty rumors of why you guys took Jake.
And who was
Garcia.
your stud that everyone wanted as your quarterback?
Jaden Davis?
Yeah,
who
he
sucks.
sucks. So
He's the only him and Underwood were the only two that were healthy for winter camp.
yeah, so
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
Or
those,
we
would
brought
that be
this
no
kid in-
spring ball? Sorry,
yes,
spring
So
ball.
those were the only two still healthy. So you had to get a transfer quarterback.
You
That
needed
makes
a
me feel
backup.
better. What's the rumors, Alex?
Yeah, the rumor is just everyone's hurt and that Jaden Davis sucks, and you need a backup QB.
I'm not going to use the word sucks just because I don't want to pile on, but like I saw the throwing motion with our own eyes finally, and it is quite the throwing motion. I do think I don't know how I'm going to feel. I'm right now living in a fantasy land where I've ingested there's been a lot of Bryce Underwood Kool-Aid in the last like 2 weeks. And it's dangerous to be thinking this way in June.
Another
will be
Michigan Heisman Who
Will
would've
be a
thought?
great last laugh for you guys.
What's your quarterback this season like, Alex? Pick him.
I got mine.
Bryce
Can I give-
Underwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already got mine too.
Okay,
It's
Joe
gonna be
Milton was
great.
like Tom Brady and Paxton Mahomes, so Bryce Underwood is like
No. Joe Milton was the
Just
black
trying to
Josh
think.
Allen.
He,
Bazooka Joe. Remember when we beat Minnesota?
Bryce
God, that
Underwood's
was
what
sick.
combination of Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson? Then
No, I'm going to go different. He's got the work ethic and grind of Tom Brady with the sprinkle of Cam Newton. Just athletic freak.
so he's fat.
Well, people tried to say that in the Bussin' with the Boys video. All right, U.S. Open, golf talk. Let's give a recap on our picks real quick before we talk about any storylines from it. We talk about golf like what 4 times a year on this show. Well, besides
more
our
than that. Pretty much every
personal,
week.
yeah, personal stuff. But I'm saying nationally, Alex, you had Scotty Scheffler T7 and Sam Burns T7, both T7. Hell of a week for you. You definitely dominated.
Dimple.
Evan Kalamorikawa T23, Jason Day T23. Look at that. Both
All
your
right,
guys
top
finished in the
25s.
same spots. And
We're in the
Grant.
AP poll. We're in the AP poll.
Ludwig miscut, Daniel Berger T46. So
Yikes!
I blew.
No.
Ludwig
Clap
was
for that,
2
people.
under through like 3 holes, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like one of the first. He was a third group off, I think. He birdied the first 2. And then slow pace of play just is my excuse for why he got off the rails. No reason to miss the cut though. Daniel Berger let me down
for
too.
Jordan Spieth.
Daniel Berger was top 10 on like Saturday and then just plummeted. I think he shot maybe like 8 or 9 over on Sunday.
Everybody plummeted though.
My main takeaway, and then you guys can hop in. I would just say the course won this weekend. If we look back on this U.S. Open 15 years talking about golf, I'm just going to remember how preposterous this course was mixed with the disastrous
Grant, I got
weather
bad news for
on
you.
Sunday.
They host the U.S.
What?
Open like every 9 to 10 years.
Yeah, they're
Which I'm
every
cool
decade
with.
host.
I'm not against the course. I'm just saying when I think of this, like when we think of the Masters this year, it's like Rory's chaotic last round. But when I think about this U.S. Open, I'm not going to think about JJ Spawn. I'm like, oh yeah, JJ Spawn won that. I'm going to think about that course was nuts. And with the weather on Sunday,
Downpour weather.
it was insane. That's what
And
I'll remember.
Sam
from
Burns
this
got
US Open.
totally hosed. Totally hosed.
He did. I agree.
He turned into a mental midget there. So fast.
Yeah, he fell apart after that, which you can't even blame the guy.
I
I'd be
don't.
pissed too.
The Kyle Porter golf guy posted
I saw
videos
that
after that went
video.
viral. That was an absurd amount of standing water in divots, which means it was like basically what he hit into. It was insane.
His ball was basically floating
Tyrell
on
Hatton
top of water.
also the easiest hole on the course, the drivable par 4 at 17, and this dude
Stops
got
on the downslope.
and this dude I think got double bogey or bogey.
Yeah,
he smacked his club like 5 times.
Downslope into a bunker.
Yeah.
And afterwards, he's like, "Yeah, it was just bad luck on 17." And the reporter's like, "Well, what do you mean by bad luck?" He's like, "You serious? Is that a question?" It's like, my ball stopped on a downslope going into a bunker. Would you tell me what that is? The guy's like, "So what would you say the bad luck was then?" And he's like, "I'm done with this guy."
That guy, Hatton, scares me. He legit scares me.
He's going to be an angry little guy.
He's an angry European.
Ryder Cup's at Bethpage, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's going to be an angry guy there.
Oh, yeah. He's an X factor for the Team Euros. He might kill someone.
He's top 6.
I think he's a non-hat guy, though, during the Ryder Cup, isn't he?
He seems like a guy that would be pissed that he's not getting paid.
I think he's fair weather skin with the kind of gingerish hair. I think he needs a hat on that dome.
I think he doesn't wear a hat, though, on the Ryder Cup.
But him versus Cantlay would be nice, then. No hats.
No hat, Pat.
Shout out to Colby. I honestly cannot believe that Spawn held on after his first day. I think he must have placed that like midway through the first round or something.
Yeah, I think
There's no way he pre-tournament.
No, it was
that's insane.
first round.
His odds would have been a lot better if he did that.
I think Connor said Jonathan Vegas from the PGA. That's what it felt like. I was like, "There's no shot." I know JJ Spawn
JJ's
has
a lot
players.
better than Jonathan Vegas, but
I just like, there's no way this guy wins the U.S. Open. And he was blowing it on the start of Sunday. And then credit to him, the rain delay, the Cubs rain delay, won the World Series. JJ Spawn. He also, though, I would have absolutely collapsed if what happened to him on hole number 2 happened to me. If I ever hit a ball straight enough to hit the pin. And also, shout out to the NBC for that. The amount of quick cuts they did from the ball rolling to his face, just like could not believe what was happening. It was pure comedy watching that sequence play out.
his putting though was remarkably good all week with that lap, goofy looking, not a lap putter guy. Everybody seems to love them.
Those are hot.
I think they look ridiculous.
I think isn't he a left-hand low too? Isn't he opposite or no? Was I seeing that wrong?
I don't know.
I
Jordan Spieth's left-hand.
felt like he was a left-hand low kind of guy.
But either way, he was like horrendous at putting until he got this new putting coach like 2 weeks ago, and then he won the U.S. Open. So
yeah, the guy like hugged his son, a short game, whatever coach.
That's what you need, Grant. You need that guy to coach you for putting.
I just laugh. Scotty does it, but when they have the little crab grip and you see that little right with the pinchers, I'm like, how does that work? Like, how do you putt like that? I would have no control.
Mess around on the practice screen doing it all the time. Nah, I can't do it very well.
They only do it for short sushi.
Yes, they only do it for short putts.
Yeah, not enough control for me. Shout out to Colby. Other couple notes I had. I would just say in terms of viewing experience on Sunday, one of the more like surreal experiences. It was chaos on the broadcast. Golf is a very hard thing to televise. I thought NBC people had their pros and cons. I thought overall they were solid. Evan, can you put a little bit farther away? I hear some of your breathing. It's hot in there. I thought they did a
NBC.
pretty good job overall of like getting to all the shots that I want to see. Definitely had some long commercial breaks. So I'm like, we're probably missing 15 golf shots, but
too many delay. Like as this just happened, shocked.
Yeah, but them bouncing around was like, I cannot remember a golf tournament, and I don't think this is recency bias. I think it is the course and the weather, where just so many guys were in horrendous positions where you're like celebrating a bogey. Like you'd never really see that much in golf. Like
Grant doesn't watch Dimple.
I don't know. Like most
watch the U.S. Open.
Like at Travelers, someone's going to shoot an 18 under, and it's just going to be like a hit and giggle on the last. They're going to be like putting them to 2 feet, and it's like whoever makes the putt, you know. But this was like this guy, like Hatton's in a downslope. This guy's can't see his ball. This guy's in a puddle of water. I was like, this is nuts. These guys are like racing to the bottom of the leaderboard.
The British.
That can get messy, no doubt. But the rough, like it's a wide open course for the most part.
It is wide open.
Heather.
This was insane.
I think I'd rather hit out Heather than that rough.
Yeah, because it's like thinner. It's just taller.
And they had those natural divots where it was like heather grass, but just sunken into the ground. It was basically a bunker of grass.
I think they had to have those just for drain. I think that's like their drainage divots. So the course
got wet. The course got wet fast.
You see an average golfer played it Monday morning, same tees, same pins, same everything.
From NBC.
When I say average golfer, I mean he was 0.6 handicap.
Yeah, I saw this
0.6.
0.6 index.
Yeah, Eamon Lynch was tweeting about it. Yeah,
and
he shot 93.
Actually, pretty solid.
Broke 100.
With no spotter too. I don't think.
I don't know about spotter.
He broke 100.
If I didn't have a spotter, I would not have enough balls in my bag. Wouldn't finish the round. They'd just be all there. They'd be left.
That would feel like 160 there.
They'd be there whenever they started mowing Grant. They would find all Grant's balls GA on them.
Dude, they have a 300-yard par 3, Alex. I don't think I'm cracking 200.
You're definitely gonna break 200.
Professionals were hitting drivers on that hole. Imagine we would hit driver and not get there. We'd be short.
Not even close. Maybe Alex. He bombs it.
Oh yeah, you big stick.
I would be like on that first hole. I would be putting from 122 out with no shame, just to get it forward. I'd be whacking it with my putter off the fairway.
You could easily break 200.
Just putting. If I put it in the fairway, if I got to the fairway, just putted my way up, I think I could crack 200.
You could easily break 200. You probably shoot like 150.
But to be fair, I wouldn't get out of a bunker. Those bunkers were steep.
You'd have to go side. You'd have to putt them out.
Which I've never done.
Backwards.
Yeah, you can't putt them out. But they have, at Davin's point, they have crazy rough. You're just going to keep hitting the lip. Also, the collars that turn for that, when you're up against the cuts, looked diabolical at Oakmont because there was like 3 different cuts and there was just such thick rough. I'd be sculling chips across the green if I was near any of those.
Couldn't be playing ping pong with the greens.
You would probably just be topping them. Like you wouldn't get out.
But in fairness, if we were aiming at the flag, all of our misses would probably land on the green.
Okay.
Because we're used to
the
smaller
greens were wide. Yeah.
The greens are huge, so you definitely would be able to hit a lot.
On average,
you wouldn't be able
I think
to
they were the biggest greens in any major, square foot wise.
You just 5.
Would I have? Here's a question for you. Let's do some quick math. 18
we would
holes.
hit the green, and that would be our 8th shot, but still.
Would I have? If you 4-putted every hole, it'd be 72 putts. Would I have over or under 72 putts?
Oh God.
I might have over. I might have 75 putts.
Yeah.
I would shoot 5 over putting on the greens.
You'd have a lot.
Do you think he's going to break 200, Alex?
No.
Yeah, I think he'd shoot like
So the rest of the round, he can only have 75 shots to get to every green.
No shot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, dude, yes. Come on.
Hard to go OB there,
so the
though.
par 5 getting to the green in like 4 shots.
It's a hard course, but
par 5 I suck at.
I'm saying you're going to be 55 shots worse than normal. So I mean, it's golf. You're still going to be able to.
If it was Sunday rain, I would 220.
No,
I couldn't hit a puddle.
No.
It was crazy how far Sam Burns' shot went left out of that water. That was clearly also rules guy Alex. You can just ask for like second opinions. Like, could he keep asking people's opinions until someone agreed with them?
I guess so.
Pace of play problem, I guess. You got to stop. So I love that. He's like, no, you come over here and tell me.
This guy didn't give me what I wanted.
Well, it's crazy because I watched all of Jordan's round Sunday, obviously.
Wow.
And he got relief from a bunker like twice. Like it wasn't even raining yet. He got like some crazy relief where the announcers were just like, that's why you got to know the rules, kids. And I didn't even know what the rule was, but he just got out of a bunker and then chipped it up and down for a par. I was like, what rule did he do? And then Scotty did it later. Same thing. Got like relief from a sprinkler head that was like 2 feet away from him. Wasn't really impacting his swing. But
that was on the 17, I think. His drive.
Yeah, he got relief on that drive.
It was in the rough, and then he got to move it back, so he got to lay the ball down.
Yeah, and then Burns is standing in a puddle of water, and they're like, no, your feet are dry, bro. Your feet are dry. He's like, the ball is wet. Well, your feet are dry. So
Adam Scott got relief like a minute before that too from something.
Sam Burns, my long shot, who Grant said was a terrible pick, got hosed on Sunday. He mentally collapsed like a butt.
But he should have.
Yeah, he got screwed. But a Scotty Scheffler would have recovered from that.
Sick for JJ Spawn. I guess we're overlooking the putt he made. That was a cool way to end the tournament.
Yeah, JJ Spawn just doesn't do it for you, It's not super exciting.
He's pretty even keeled, which I think helped a lot on Sunday because
I was happy.
He could have gone off the rails. I was also happy for Victor Hovland to make his putt after all the chaos of winning. Like I was like, I don't want him to fall further down the leaderboard. I actually
don't even think I saw Victor's putt.
Yeah, I kept thinking because JJ Spawn's like wife and daughters came to him down there, and he was like telling them like wait because like the daughters are like talking. He's like Victor still has to putt. I'm like I cannot imagine being Victor Hovland trying to make this for probably like $200,000, like moving down a leaderboard. And he buried it though, so good for him.
Victor Hovland is our age, and he's already made like $35 million from playing golf alone. So I don't know if like that mattered to him that much, but.
There's also, I saw Scotty take off his hat. He's not 28 years old. He's got a weird birth certificate.
I saw a picture of Scotty when he like posted on Instagram when he was like 21 or 22. He looks like he's 40 in the picture.
Like this dude's not like 1 year older than us.
I mean, yeah, dude. Happens.
That's insane.
It's good for him. He's looked like that for like 10 years.
Southern Heat will do that to you.
For about 30 minutes on Sunday, I thought he for sure was going to a playoff and going to win the U.S. Open. I thought people were just falling fast enough to him. And he honestly, if he made one or two birdie putts that he kept burning the edges of, he would have probably been in a playoff. Well, no, JJ Spawn shot one under, so I take that back. But there was a time there I was like, well, this is actually going to happen. My other names, and then we can move on. I just wrote down 3 names. You can say what you want about them, but some names I saw that were big headliners from the weekend were Rory McIlroy, Wyndham Clark, and Brooks Koepka.
Like Brooks.
Whatever. Yeah,
I like Brooks. He just was hot for like 2 days and then kind of faded off and was not as much of a story. But
he's coming back to the PGA Tour whenever his contract ends. He hates LIV. He basically made that very clear in his broadcast, in his press conference.
Him basically and Rom, said I feel like Rom hates it too.
They basically were like, yeah, we have no competition. I don't know if I'm good or not, like because of the guys I'm playing against. And like it makes the first couple majors of the year more challenging because you're like trying to get your game back to what it needs to be because you don't know what it should be at. Because that tour's a joke.
I think Bryson's going to stay though. I think he's down for that life because I don't think he plays.
Bryson's like, perfect for that tour. He's a weirdo.
He like doesn't play golf, I think, outside of YouTube. Like I think he just practices and then he'll play YouTube rounds and then play tournaments. Like I don't think he like to practice golf. I don't think he goes and plays. Like I don't think he goes to like TPC Sawgrass and plays during the week. I think he just does bits and then goes plays and LIV. And is still good in the majors. So I guess why change it? I don't know.
I mean, he's just really good at golf. But it's not this week. Wyndham Clark should. I've never liked that dude. Never liked him. I've said it for a very long time.
Very long time.
Yeah. He beat Ricky Fowler in the U.S. Open.
Oh, LACC. I forgot Ricky was going with him for that. Yeah.
Final grouping.
Ugh, that hurts.
Don't like that guy. I thought he was a bum. He was on the Ryder Cup. Shouldn't have been, but he won the U.S. Open. And immediately called out the Europeans for being soft or whatever and like made all those comments about the other team and then got his absolute kicked in by them. And then he's a whiny loser and complains and says you can't be whiny losers on the golf course and had this whole speech about how you have to keep your emotions in check, yada, 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 and then just smashes the locker room. What a child. Absolute child. Rory's a child, too, for throwing clubs and breaking tee markers.
He smashed that thing on the tee box.
Rory threw like a club like every 6 holes, it felt like.
The one that bounced back to him was sick, though. I'll give him that. That was a cool clip.
He torpedoed one down the fairway like did when I was in high school.
I've seen why I do that. We played one round. Why it's a side toss guy, not an over the head axe throw guy.
Just come on. You just won the Grand Slam. You're acting like a 2-year-old.
The narrative after Rory won the Masters about him being like weight off his shoulders,
So
gonna
wrong.
rip through everything was maybe the worst take in golf history by the media. I do think he's going to have a revival for the British Open since it's in his hometown. I do think he's going to have that. But
someone in our golf group chat, like the TGC, I don't remember what it's called. They call it like the Live Tour, TGC Live Tour, maybe is what they named it. Some guy was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." Like he's like, "I'll put all my money on the table that Rory McIlroy is just going to finish the season out, take a massive bag from Live, and finish out his career at Live," which would be insane.
I think he'd be more likely to retire.
Yeah, agreed. But that could you imagine Rory goes to Live after defending the PGA Tour for 3 years?
What's his age?
Like 36.
No, because he loves the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, but
so I think
they get points for that now.
Right. No, but I'm not saying live. I'm saying retire. Like you can't retire and still play in the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, you can.
Could you play like senior tour and like or no?
You
they
just
pick
captain's pick. Yeah.
Like you don't have to play golf. You don't have to be on a tour.
Tiger got picked a couple of years ago and he didn't play at all.
Well, if that's true, I could see him just like doing like 3 tournaments a year and then playing in that in 2027 in Europe and then being done.
Either way, he clearly like doesn't seem like he likes golf anymore.
Dude, he said like
I have no motivation.
There was 2 quotes. He said like it's not that hard, not that much pressure to make the. They were asking about making the cut. He's like, not that much pressure if you don't really care if you're here over the weekend. Like he said that to the reporters, and then he also said for Sunday they're like, "What are you looking for tomorrow?" He's like, "Just to play around in under 4.5 hours." Dude, that guy was checked out of this golf tournament. Which again,
maybe his marriage is bad.
Human nature. Like I would be like, I just won the Grand Slam. I feel pretty good about my life. Like, what am I still doing?
I don't
know.
Think that any of us would be like that. I think we would still want to keep winning because winning is fun.
Potentially, but he's been chasing that for like a decade, so he did it.
Yeah, but
the start of the golf year too.
Now.
You know what I mean? It's like the start of the golf year, so he's like, I'm good. Like I just did the biggest thing in my life remaining. Like what else?
Then quit.
I think the British Open he'll be up for because that's
take Jack
huge.
Nicklaus's tournament off because you're too good for it. Play the Canadian Open and shoot a 81 and miss the cut by 20 strokes. Then go to the U.S. Open and throw a temper tantrum every 5 holes.
I do like when he's kind of. It's hard. I like when he's snippy with the media because the golf media is really nerdy. So I don't mind when he's like, I just don't like talking to you guys. Like it makes me laugh when he looks at them and he's like, I don't really like being here.
They're like, why haven't you talked to the media? And he's like, well, I don't like you guys. And he's like, well, I don't mean it like that, but yeah, I just don't like you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes me laugh sometimes.
Dude, he's been a prick. He was a prick this week. Full on. Prickly pear.
He was. Yeah, the U.S. Open will do that to people. All right, let's do Lions win and loss. Long waited. Let me pull this up. All right, skip the preseason unless you guys have big thoughts on that. Wait, we playing 4 because of the Hall of Fame game?
Play game next week. Or next month, I mean.
I was like, oh my God, Evan, we're not into training camp. Start out Sunday, September 7th at Lambeau Field, 4:25 p.m. CBS. I don't think I've told you guys. This is breaking news. I will be at this game.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. So we got them. It's my first game of getting the tickets.
It's pretty cool.
It's big time.
I'm excited because it's going to be warm in Lambeau. I don't want to go to Lambeau when it's cold. No thanks. It'll probably be like 85 degrees at this game, knowing how we talked about how the seasons have changed. So very much looking forward to this. I guess CBS is right. I don't know this FBS schedules if they know.
Jim Nantz, Tony Rowe. This is correct.
Wow. How do we do? What order do we want to do? Anyone have thoughts?
Loss.
To start the year. When do we play them? Since I'm there, I'm going to go win. We own this franchise lately.
I'm 0-1.
2 division games to start the year?
Yep.
I need to pull up the one that I sent you guys in the chat when the thing came out. I mean, can you pull this
You're correct.
a smidge away again? Thank you.
Bears.
I pulled
Fox,
it up.
1 p.m.
Nope. That was Michigan State's.
I have the schedule up here. Schedule's right.
No, but I sent you guys a text of all the win-loss of what I thought was going to happen.
Well, that's not what this show is. This show is live, and you just make what you think right now.
No, but you know the number you get to in your head where you're like,
Great,
all right, I
just
shouldn't do
figure
that.
it
Fine.
out.
All right, that's a win. It's a win.
1-1.
Sunday, September 14th.
Evan didn't even answer.
Yes, it did.
Bears.
We
Yeah, he
lost
said
the
lost to
Packers.
Green Bay.
Well, we're on
Evan has
Bears.
No, now we're on Bears.
We're on Bears.
What?
Now we beat the Bears.
Yeah. We beat the
We
Bears.
beat the Bears.
1 p.m.
We're
Fox.
1-1.
2-0 for me. All right. Automatic loss. Monday night, September 22nd.
Loss.
At Baltimore, 8:15, ESPN, ABC.
1-2.
They're going to be doing the Seven Nation Army after every Lamar Jackson touchdown. It's going to be miserable probably. It's a loss for sure.
1-2.
But we're back home against the Browns, who might be one of the
Shador.
worst franchises in the entire National Football League. Sunday, September 28th, 1 p.m. Fox. One of the few 1 p.m. games of the year. That's a
It's our
win.
second one of the season already, Grant. What do you mean?
I know. We're getting them out early. That's a
2.
win for sure.
And 2.
All right. 3-1 for me. At the Bungles, Paycor Stadium, so Sunday, October 5th,
You cannot say
4:25.
Bungles.
The Cincinnati Bungles.
Yeah, you know why I say that?
The Bengals.
Bungles is like
I know
Bunghole.
that's just child humor.
that's what
Anyways.
Luke and Matt say. Pittsburgh fans.
Joe Burrow's team.
Joe.
They're a mess. Trey Hendrickson will be a Lion by this time. Shout out to Evan.
They
I
started
have
talking again.
here's my stipulation for this game. Trey Henderson
Okay,
still on the
let's hear it.
Bengals. Lose. Trey Henderson on the Lions. It's a revenge game. We win it.
Trey and Hutch are going to be doing tag team sacks on Joe Burrow.
Jesus
We win
Christ.
this game.
Yeah, I think we win.
As of right now, I have a
3-2.
loss because Trey Henderson's still not a Lion yet.
Their defense, I think we're going to win a shootout. I think it's going to be like 40. It's going to be like the Seahawks games we normally play where it's like first to 40 wins the football game. It should be really fun. Should be good fantasy implications. Jameer Gibbs and Jamar Chase might win a couple guys their league this week.
It would be a fun game to go to, though.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, not too far.
Not too far.
At Kansas City, Arrowhead, Alex has seen a win here. Sunday, October 12th. It's not impossible. 8:20 though. Sunday Night Football. Ooh, I'm taking the loss.
I'm taking a loss.
Taking a win. 4-2.
Oh. What'd you say for Cincinnati, Alex? Win?
Win.
That's right.
2 shocking wins.
So I have us 4-2 with losses to the Ravens and the Chiefs through 6 games. You guys are 3-3.
I'm 2-4.
4-2.
Monday Night Football, primetime again. Late nights. Oh God, it's gonna be a tough. Well, we have a bye week though to get some sleep. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They always seem to play us tough. They beat us last year. 7 p.m. ESPN ABC. Not in Detroit. Are you beating us? We win this football game. It's gonna be rowdy. Black uniforms. Black uniform alert.
Win.
5-2.
Win across the board. All right, beautiful. Bye week.
Win.
Sunday, November 2nd. First time seeing the Vikings at home. 1 p.m. 1 p.m. slot.
J.J. McCarthy throws 4 picks.
J.J.
Win.
McCarthy in Ford Field. Yeah, I like us to win this game.
Win.
6-2.
Sunday, November 9th. Ooh, tough for the 3 of us. Saw this in person at Washington Commanders, 4:25 p.m. Eastern on Fox. This is a Dan Campbell. You throw out the kitchen sink for revenge. You win this football game. You do.
Win.
Loss.
Loss, Alex.
Loss.
We're splitting between the Commanders and Eagles, and I have a better chance.
Mikey-
We have a better chance to beat the
Mikey
Commanders.
Sanders still freaking picks us off again.
6-3.
I
Can't
think
stop
I'm
a running quarterback.
So I'm 7-2. That's 9 games already.
Yep. I'm at
6-3.
I'm 5-4.
At Philadelphia, Sunday Night Football,
5-5.
November 16th, the day after opening day for hunting.
That's a lot. Wow, that's very specific. It's a loss for me. I was splitting those 2 games like Evan
It's
said.
a loss for me.
We lose if we can't stop Saquon in this game. We can't.
6-4. 6-4.
Lee McNeil back by now though. That could be nice.
Oh, that's a
gonna be
push, man.
needed.
That's pushing it. You're pushing it there.
All right. Good luck, Tyreek Williams. Then.
6-4.
Losses for you, Evan.
Crazy
I'm
they have
I'm at 5-5.
those back-to-back road games of Bengals, Chiefs, and then Commanders, Eagles. That's just me.
That's first place living, baby.
Oh, that's an easy. That's those are winnable games right there. You got to rally off 3 in a row.
Giants,
The
13-10
home
victory.
stretch. Yep. Giants we win.
Well,
Don't
short
even need to discuss it.
turnaround. Fox 1 p.m. That's Thanksgiving. Versus
Yeah,
Packers
4
again.
days of rest for the Packers. So we just overlooked the Giants. Let that be known. We are overlooking the Giants, but that's a win.
7-4.
Giants
What
defense is
am I
going to be
at?
very good, though.
You're at 11 games. I'm 8-3. Green Bay Packers. Do we
Win.
sweep them again?
I have
We usually
because we lost the first game.
Well, that's
8
a
and
question
4.
for me to answer.
8-4. Just
Shoot,
shoot out.
I think we lose this game. I'm sorry, guys. I think we lose on Thanksgiving.
You're just wrong because we lose
We
the
don't
first
play.
one and
We have
win
not
this
played
one.
well on Thanksgiving under Dan Campbell. We played good against the Bills the one year we almost beat them as the underdogs, but we don't play well on Thanksgiving under him.
8-4.
Sorry, it's true. Short week.
You have the same as us. You just picked the wrong ones.
8-4 is correct. Dallas, kill them.
Win
Thursday night.
by
Kill
a
'em.
lot. Might win by 50 in that game. 9-4.
We're going to run it up. I hope Jerry Jones flies to Detroit and sits in a suite for this game, just so I can see those crowd shots of him. That's the only bad part about not playing at Jerry World, getting to see his face. This is also a personal Aiden Hutchinson revenge game.
Oh, my gosh. What a weekend. Thursday, Dallas Cowboys. Saturday, December 6th, Duke versus Michigan State basketball.
Oh, what a
Naughty.
week. Could be really bad.
Could be
really
Clear your
bad
schedule. No, guys, come on. Cone car.
weekend. No.
We have Colin Carr. God bless.
When James
God.
Naismith invented basketball, he did not realize that Cone car would be coming.
9-4.
Wow,
Rams.
10 days of rest to travel across the country to play the Rams.
Still
427
not
Fox.
enough. We still lose.
Lose.
Still
9-5.
not enough.
8-6.
We're at 14 games.
Yeah, I'm 9-5. Which I'd be
Yeah.
pretty happy with.
Yeah, we lose to them. Damn it. I want to beat them. We lose to them. Whatever.
They're good. They're going to be good.
So I think I'm at 9-5.
Ooh.
Now we have
Stellars.
Oh, my God.
Stellars.
I got to my number.
Shout low. 1 week, Ford Field, 425 CBS. This is classic CBS. We beat the Steelers.
We beat the Stellars at home at 425 with Jim Nance.
I got us
Tony
beat the
Romo.
Steelers as well.
10.
Aaron Rodgers, right?
I don't think Rodgers
I
is
followed
really
that
playing at
correctly
that
this
point.
offseason. Oh, who is? Mason Rudolph?
Yeah. I think Rodgers is going to get
Ew.
hurt again.
10-5. 10-5.
All right. At Minnesota on 4 days of rest, Christmas Day. What a crime to make us do this. 4:30 p.m.
Holy
Netflix. You just
I forgot
opened your
we did
presents. You opened your presents. You're
Vikings
getting
are
ready
in
to
full
slice
tank mode at this point. There's
some Christmas ham or something. Yeah,
So
the
win.
Vikings are looking forward to next year. JJ is playing a little bit better. Maybe he gives us a Nick Mullins-esque Vikings game from 2 years
Oh my
ago,
God, my
but we
Christmas
still
is
win
gonna be
this football
miserable.
game.
Nobody might. Oh my God.
Netflix. I mean, you gotta get Netflix by December 25th.
Someone will get Netflix for
He
that.
dropped his pen.
Somebody has it. But I'm saying the house that we go to, unlikely that they be able to set it up.
Hunter needs to
Oh.
buy an Apple TV and bring it with him.
I might just bring my iPad and just stream it on myself and just sit in the corner and watch it.
11-5.
Hopefully it's over early. Hopefully it's done
And
by halftime.
also, that wins the division. Right there. We won the division, week 17.
Hell
And
yeah,
Alex is-
Alex.
I have us
So we're
losing the last
11-5.
week to the Bears. 10-7.
Do you really?
Yep.
I have us losing as well because we're resting the starters. 11-6.
10-7. But we did start.
Do you think we have the division locked up at
Yes.
11-5?
Yes.
Wow. That's luxury, if that's true. I think we have to beat the Bears. I think we grind this out 17-14 and we win in cold, cold weather. I think this is a Jahmyr Gibbs, just give him a rock and get out of the way.
That checks. Yeah.
I love him. So
So
we
if-
win this game.
If you
12
love
and
him,
5.
imagine how much I love him.
Right. 12-5.
11-6. That's enough to win the division.
Game on here you're most looking forward to and least looking forward to.
Least looking forward to.
Good
Ravens.
question.
Yeah, that was mine too. That's going to be disaster. That's going to be like going to the dentist on Monday Night Football. Just expose us. Where are our cavities on defense?
Yeah, we're going to that game.
Turns out Jack Campbell's foot speed can still not match Lamar Jackson's.
I'd say I'm most excited about the Eagles game. See how we match up in the Super Bowl champs.
Should have been the
Sunday
NFC
Night
title
Football.
game,
to
yeah.
play the Eagles just because all the fans are going to be like, oh, this should have been the NFC Championship game.
Max Delente.
Yeah.
Also, just
Hopefully he doesn't get to
hate,
talk shit that week.
hate Nick Sirianni. So, I would love to. just-
Revenge game
Well,
for
I
Alex.
love that I get to
Right.
watch Matthew Stafford. So
Dislike
Carter.
game. Mine is the Giants. The game sucks. That game sucks.
Yeah, that's a throwaway week.
You're gonna forget you had a game that week.
Can't lose that. That and the Browns. We're
I
gonna
could
lose the Browns.
Definitely lose one of those games, and people will think this guy's.
We have our Sundays so open.
It's weird. It's gonna be weird, boys. We're gonna
They
have
don't
to really
start
do
till
some
late
planning.
afternoon every time. Well, 3:25 for me.
Like there's a
Wait, we have 1,
There's-
2, 3, 4, 5 out of 17 football games. We have 1 o'clock.
Noon.
I'm saying
Noon
like
Central.
not on Sunday afternoon, or evening, I should say.
You guys want something kind of naughty? Potentially on Sunday mornings in
It's
the
crazy
fall.
our prime time or like
Fall
late
golf.
afternoon. are
Fall
all-
Sunday golf.
Absolutely.
Fall
Back
Sunday
to back.
golf. Fall Sunday golf. Last golf round of the year. Sunday golf.
I'm gonna golf on the Cleveland game, and I'll just have it up.
What do you mean, Grant? I could golf through this entire season.
Alex, you don't count. You live somewhere completely
I will
different.
golf Sunday morning and miss the first half of the Browns
I'm
game if I have
definitely
to.
gonna play
Fair.
golf Sunday, November 16th in preparation for Nick Sirianni.
I'm most excited for the Bengals game. I think it's going to be a Super Bowl preview.
Whoa.
Spoiler.
I'm
I want
More
Trey
power
Henderson
to
on
our
our
team
team.
in the Super Bowl.
Sucks.
Yeah, true. If they lose Trey Henderson, I'd probably bump them out of Super Bowl contention.
It's a nice schedule. It's an exciting schedule.
Some good helmets on there. Some really like all heavy hitter brands. We're not playing any Panthers or who else sucks? The Jets. We're just playing big ass games.
Yeah.
And good fan bases, honestly. Like Ravens are crazy, Chiefs are crazy. The link is going to be out of its mind on Sunday, November 16th. Cowboys, Steelers. This is going to be a lot of fan base shit talking this year. We better back it up. We better come correct for this schedule.
Yeah.
10-7, we make the playoffs at least for Evan.
Dude, how come the Packers play a bunch of shit teams?
Do they?
Because they finished.
Well, didn't they finish
third.
third in the division?
Yeah.
You get the Browns, the Cardinals, Panthers, Giants.
Broncos are good, though. That back half's not easy after the Giants.
Yeah, tough.
Well,
finish.
the Vikings are a massive wild card. If we get like 50% of what they were last year, that'll be like, ooh, that's a thorn in our side. But I don't know. I love JJ. You guys know that. I just don't see it in year one, at least. I feel like that's asking a lot.
After he hasn't played
I think
football in
they're
over a
gonna
year.
Stink, dude. I think they're gonna stink like shit.
If they have good coaches, I mean, I don't want to doubt Brian Flores or Kevin O'Connell ever. They know what they're doing.
They'll probably win 9 games and make it as a wild card team. What are we
The
kidding?
best skill player in the entire NFL. No offense to Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, that's just not true. Good try though.
All right. I think that's the show.
Look at us. We motored through that.
In and out, baby. Cheers to 215.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy 21st birthday, Owen.